Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Fireside Chat. This is Justin, our Wind Dancer Media. We are the Fireside Chat tonight. We're going to be talking about a bunch of things. Sorry, I've got to get my phone, get going here. We're going to be talking about the weather and how it affected Kerr County, Texas. We're going to dispel some myths, things you might be seeing or hearing on your social medias. Unfortunately, you're seeing it in the media. So we're gonna be dispelling some things tonight. We're gonna be talking about them. This is open mic. This is a Fireside Chat open mic. I will have moderators in the chat. They will be active. However, they will not be moderating unless things get out of control. I encourage everybody to jump in chat. If you're just jumping in for the first time, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you being here. And let's get going. I'm going to flip this around. Hey, Marcy. I've got to flip around. I got to get me some bug spray. This is live in my front yard. Trying to get rid of some trees that fell back in April, whenever it was, from a big storm we had down here. And so I'll be watching on chat. I also got to throw the disclaimer that anything that is said by me is my own opinion. I do not represent anybody but me, and therefore we're all entitled to that. And we appreciate everybody joining in chat and expressing their views and what they think and how things are going. And why is this? So anyway. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I shall be back. Alright. I'll be right here. So anyway, I'm going to flip it around. You guys are going to see the fire. Got a great little fire going. I've been burning brush all day, and I figured I might as well just do it here. And we'll get rolling. It is still daylight. Also, you will hear jets fly over, and I will call them out beforehand because it gets really loud and you can't hear me. Hey, Farrah. And you probably hear them in the background right now. We got crickets. We are live, and we are in Arkansas. So I'm going to flip it around. You guys enjoy the fire for just a second. I got to go get some bug screen on. Also, one more thing I want to add in. This is a very hot fire. It is like 80 plus degrees, very humid out here. If the stream dies, don't panic, don't leave. Hey, Jim, don't panic, don't leave. I'll have to run inside, get it cooled down. It has happened before on the stream. I am doing this off my phone. If I was inside, I wouldn't really worry about it. All right, hang tight. I got to go get some bug spray on, and we'll get rolling. We got a lot to talk about tonight. All right, necessity taken care of. I am doused. It's my new cologne. See what's going on in chat real quick. Hey, yeah, good fire. Ooh, 114 today, huh? All right, so give me just one. Give me about 3 more minutes, and I'll flip that camera around. So we got some things to talk about. I do want to remember. Like I said, we're going to do something. I'm going to do something really special. I got permission from the gentleman that wrote a poem, I guess, about the flooding. And it seems to be a question that's always in the back of everybody's mind. You know, why things happen to good people and stuff like that, and blah blah blah. And when we get there, I'm going to be reading this. I have his permission. He told me to get a hold of him. I've got a hold of him. If he may be in chat, he may show up. I don't know. Hey, D-Man. But if he does, welcome him. There's going to be some more folks joining, I'm sure. Streams are letting go right now. Those that were chasing today, they've already ended. That's why Jim is here. That's why I'm here. And it's like perfect timing. So how's everybody doing tonight? It's, I believe, Thursday. And I'm off today. I'm off tomorrow. Tammy's got to work tomorrow. She was off today. She did a lot of running around while I was kind of trying to clean up this yard. This yard is a train wreck, guys. We've had so much rain in the last probably 2 to 3 weeks that when it's my days off, guess what it's doing? It's raining, so I can't mow the yard. It actually, we had thunderstorms earlier today. Just missed us, man. I mean, they missed us. I could hear the thunder off in the distance. You know, and it just totally went around us, which is all right. I mean, it gives me a chance to do the fire. Somebody asked me earlier if the fire was a go, and I said, yep, see you there. You know, a little bit of rain. This fire's been going all day, so it's a hot fire. You see that big log that you see in the background. I'm going to point it out because this is kind of very interesting. This log that's right there, it goes all the way up to there. That log literally was, and I'm going to get out and show you. It was in the ground from right here all the way to there. That's one of the culprits that got my water line. That is approximately 5 foot. So yeah, there we pulled 2 branches out of the ground. Both were in the ground at least 3 to 5 feet. That was the biggest one. There is actually still one in the ground that we're just going to leave there because we can't get onto it. I have to dig about 2 foot down to get onto it with the chain and pull it out. But yeah. So anyway, we're going to be talking about the weather and how weather impacted Kerr County, Texas. You know, you've all seen it and heard it and been praying about it. The massive flooding down there over the 4th of July weekend is a very sad situation. And I'm just really giving everybody a chance to get in here. Appreciate everybody being here, smashing that like and subscribe button for me. And I'm just kind of killing time, trying to get it. Give a chance for everybody to get in here. Those that are going to be in here. I know we're going to gather some up about dark. Usually the way it works, give it about 10-15 minutes. I didn't get the stream put together until about 4 hours ago. I was still working on the thumbnail. Wanted to keep it kind of simple and to the point. There's a lot of meaning in that thumbnail. I had to find, something like this takes a lot of time to put together, and I've been working on that thumbnail for like the last 3 days. So anyway, you get the gist of the thumbnail, what's going on. So give everybody a chance to get in here. My phone is freaking out. I need a heads up right before you get. Yeah, no, that. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I think I sent a thing in chat, but and I sent one on, put one on Discord right as soon as I made it up and got it. It just, I wasn't sure if I was gonna. I was struggling whether I was gonna do it inside, whether I was gonna do it outside. If I do it inside, um, if I do it inside, it's a whole different setup than it is with my phone, because then I can use my computer. But however, I can't use a. I don't have a camera for the fire. You know, it's a whole different setup. When I'm out here live, I'm using my phone. There's no overlays. It's just plain and simple, plain Jane. What you see is what you get. Man, Jim, I bet that did. Mods chat is if you're on uh, Messenger, Facebook Messenger. If you're not, put it in YouTube stuff and or yeah, Fireside chat stuff and in general chat on Discord. But we should have a good stream. Um, like I said, I got some cool stuff I want to go over. Yeah, that's okay. I've been struggling all day. It's been wild. I don't know how this fire is going to go. It doesn't seem big. We're sitting about what 4 or 5 feet away from it. It's not going. It's glowing really nice because it's starting to get dark, but it's not burning very good. It's not where I really want it, but it's good enough. It's good enough. Uh, you want to see something funny? Here, watch this. What are you digging at, Roper? Say hi. He's digging a hole. Like you watching me. Yeah, you're live, Roper. Just so you know, you're live digging a hole. Holly's supervising over there. She's the supervisor. Supervisor instigator. That's Holly. And that's Roper. He's digging at something. I don't know. Probably bugs. Oh, you couldn't see? Sorry. Roper's digging a hole. He's digging himself. He's digging at something I don't really know. Mm-hmm. But you can see all of the garbage that's. I mean, oh, it's sad. The dogs are digging holes. Always chewing on her foot or a bone or a stick or something. I got Rose sitting back behind me. I've got Casey sitting back behind me, enjoying the fire from afar. But it's going to be an easy night. I mean, wherever the chat takes us after we get done discussing. Oh, hello. Oh, okay. That was a message. Hang on just a second. Got to answer it. Ah, cool. Cool. You smell a barbecue? Nah, we're not barbecuing nothing. We might be barbecuing a bunch of bugs. Yeah, Ferry, you won't. Just because you probably just because you just got on. But it'll start from here on out. You'll be good. But yeah, anyways, great to have everybody here. Tammy's inside in the coolness. I think it actually only got up to it might have got up into the 90s at one point today. It's in the 70s, 80s somewhere right now. My phone has been going crazy right now. It is actually 83 degrees outside. All right, guys. Up to 98. Wow. Hey, Tammy. Glad you could join us. It's all good, Kerr. It's all good. All good. Yeah, it's getting humid out here. I'm sweating. Anyway, here's the deal. I've been what are your all's thoughts on the flooding that took place? I want to hear from you guys because this is your chat. What are your perceptions of why the flooding took place? Why were so many lives? Here's the crux of the whole thing. Why were so many lives lost? One of the one of the biggest things that I'm all about is getting the word out. Well, write it out in short sentences. All right. Air Force going over. Compliments United States Air Force. Little Rock, Arkansas. C-130. All right. So I want to hear what you have to say. Because it's very important that everybody understands what happened. Yeah, they fly at about they're right at about 600 feet above our head. We're right in the flight path of the Air Force Base. Air Force Base is about 15 miles away from me. It's and I'm going to flip the camera around because while I got daylight, I don't have much daylight, but you can see me, right? Sort of. See? Yeah. Whew, that's bright. Maybe I won't do that, but it's important. Hey, Marcy, that we all have an understanding, because you're going to hear all kinds of things. There's all kinds of people out there. I'm sorry, I am not one of these conspiracy theorists. However, you hear a lot when disasters happen. I got to turn this around because this isn't working for me, and I can't. No problem, B-Man. Oh, nice horse shows. The thing is the big question, and I'm going to start it off with this, and then I'm going to switch gears. I'm going to tell you what happened, the reason, the weather behind it. And I've done some study. I've been looking at other, people's posts, and they've done a lot of digging and that. And people in the weather world, that's what we like to do, is we like to look at uh, why things happen, the way they did, the way it went down, what could have prevented, things of that nature, because it's very important um, to people like me, obviously to get the word out, but how do you prepare for a flood? How do you prepare for severe weather? Is very critical um, in your everyday life. Whether you have severe weather or not, you should always have a plan. Things happen. Um, but the thing is what happened was there was a low sitting over Texas. All right. There was another low that came in from a system that actually it was, I believe it was the system that hit Arizona out west. Well, that low came in, and usually what happens with lows is they will merge into one big low, and it sat there. It sat over Texas. Was basically the same type of situation, just on a very larger scale. Let's see, it's a mesoscale vortex, which causes a lot of rain, a lot of lightning, a lot of severe weather, incredible amounts of rain. They had like 15 inches of rain in like 30 minutes to an hour. That's a lot of rain, guys. Um, but what what happened was those two lows collided. They merged together, and they dropped an insane amount of rain. The warnings were put out. They were actually talking about it a week ahead of time, you know, um, and saying, hey, this is a possibility. You never know until the day it happens. It's a possibility. You need a heads up. Get prepared now. What do we do in hurricane season? What do we talk about in hurricane season? Months before we have a hurricane. We're in hurricane season now. I will tell everybody, have a plan in place. Be ready for when it happens. Get to higher ground. Get to where you need to be. Have that plan in place. And same thing for, severe storms, tornadoes. Have a safe place. Go get. Don't hesitate. Don't wait for it. And yet we still lose lives. We still lose lives in tornadoes. We still lose lives in flooding. Hurricanes definitely lose lives there. So the thing is that if you have this warning, and you have to know the difference between a watch, because it was a watch a week out. As it gets closer to the time of the event happening, it'll become a warning. You're right. You're right. That's exactly right, Farrah. Nobody listens. They don't listen. People don't pay attention. They don't, there's a myth out there. It's not going to hit me. Further from the truth. Um, to say that is almost borderline being dumb. That's just being an idiot. For those that listen, kudos to them, because hey, they're alive. They're able to tell a story. And so, yep, you're right, Farrah. So it's just people listen because they got out of there. Those that listened, those that didn't heed the watch or the warning, here's the thing, it went through, and I find this very interesting because history actually repeated itself, because the same thing happened 50 years ago on the same river at the same camp, and lives were lost 50 years ago. Almost the same amount, actually. So you would think in 50 years that they would have a plan in place. They know eventually they're going to get flooded. All right, they did have a plan in place. I found that out today. I was like, oh, they did have a plan, and they were acting on it, just not hurriedly. They're like, oh, we got time. They had literally, they literally could have saved them. And I'm not throwing blame on nobody. I mean, situations are different for everybody, but here's the thing. If you got rain coming and you know 2.5 hours in advance, let me tell you, I'd have everybody in their safe place. If I had an hour and a half warning for a tornado that was fixing about to hit my house, I'll tell you what, my happy little butt would not be in my house, whether it was coming directly at me or in my area. We would be gone. I had that much time, and I knew I had a place to go. They had a place to go. All they had to do was get to higher ground. Higher ground literally was within 150 yards of where those cabins were. And it just boggles my mind, that they were trying to get them out, but they had an X amount of buses. They didn't have transportation. Man, they could have ran that far, So I really, my heart goes out to them. I mean, it's very sad because you start hearing the numbers rolling in, and they're still, they're still looking for folks. There's still a lot of folks missing out there, and I really doubt they're going to find too many more. And if they do, not sure I'd want to be found by now. I mean, what? It's a week later, guys. Come on, can you imagine? Just put yourself in that situation for just a second. I wouldn't want to be found. I'd just say, we're done. Let's call it, kudos to them. But the systems, the weather, you cannot manipulate weather. You can to a certain extent, I guess, because they do it. I'm going to throw his name out there. If you've ever heard of Matthew Capucci with My Radar, I would suggest you go and look up some of his videos of lately. Some of his videos, I don't have authorization to post them on the channel, but I've been looking at him and looking at some of his stuff, and I mean, I would encourage you to find his stuff and watch it. And because if there's anybody that's doubting that process, he dispels it pretty quickly and pretty accurately. This guy's got a doctorate in meteorology and atmospheric, whatever word bigger than I can understand. But the thing is we need to figure out how to get these people to safety. We need to figure out a way that's going to be productive in saving lives. It's going to get loud, guys. The alarm's about to go off. The boys are there. Yeah. Indeed, right? So they're gonna bark. That's my alarm system. Works pretty good, don't it? But goes. Casey, come on. Anyway, we need to figure out as a weather community, and I truly believe this. And there's got to be a way that people we got to be able to save more lives. I don't know how. I don't have that solution. I'm sure as we progress into everything, we're going to figure a way out. Up until then, I think we're still going to lose lives, and I think it's going to be very sad. Yeah, 161 missing. 121. I mean, that's an astronomical number. That's not large, though. Considering there were other floods that have taken a lot more lives. Hey, can one of you guys bring me out a glass of water? Well, that's still like a mountain of water. But, I would love to see a solution for that. And that's something, talk about in chat, we should be talking about it. I think it's very important. But as far as the conspiracy theories, I want to talk about that because I tell you what, I don't normally get onto social media and rant. But when you see it over and over and over and over and over, these people that are saying, the government caused the flooding. The president, God Almighty, he caused the flooding. He's all about this and he's all about that, and he caused this. That's where I started ranting because that's what I was seeing, and I was being inundated with it, and I finally had to put a kibosh on it. First of all, the president didn't cause it. The Republicans didn't cause it. The Democrats didn't cause it. Man didn't cause that. That was a force of nature to be reckoned with. I will repeat that. That was a force of nature to be reckoned with. And unfortunately, people lost their lives. However, there is a thought. And man, I'm getting smoked out. Come on, wind. Go the other direction. Y'all can't see it. Oh. Smoke in the eyes. I need a little breeze. Somebody blow in the chat. I need the breeze. Oh no. But there's a theory out there that's called cloud seeding. I got a newsflash. You can post this. Hey, I got a secret to tell you. Cloud seeding happens. It's been happening. They've been doing it for 50 plus years. Woo, I got a Mountain Dew, guys. Life is good. They've been doing it. However, the amount of cloud seeding that it would take to cause a storm to produce enough water, the equivalent of Niagara Falls, the volume of water that goes over Niagara Falls in 5 minutes was what was flooding in Texas. The volume of water. All right, you're talking billions of gallons of water. All right. In order to do that, you would have to be flying in a certain area, at a certain altitude, at a certain speed, and dumping thousands of gallons of whatever iodine something or other whatever it is they put in it. All right. They don't do that. Yes, they do cloud seeding. Dubai does it. Hey, they got blamed for flooding because they were cloud seeding. No, they needed rain on, and that's how they create rain. All cloud seeding does is takes what moisture is available in the atmosphere and causes rain droplets. That's all it does. If there's not a lot of moisture, they're not going to get a lot of rain. Let me tell you, if they cloud seeded over Arkansas right now, we'd be flooded. Because there's a lot of moisture. It's a given. But you got these crackheads out there, and I'm going to call them crackheads because that's what they are to me. Is they're out there saying all this garbage about how the government is causing all of this to happen, when in fact it's a force of nature. Exactly. They can't. They have to have something to work with. You're exactly right, Farrah. They cannot create new clouds. They have to have a cloud, moisture condensing, and yeah, and again, cloud seeding doesn't always work. It literally only has like a maybe a 10 to 20% if it ever works. Yeah, you see the contrails in the sky. Hey, what are those contrails? That's condensated water droplets caused by a jet going through the upper atmosphere where it's the most moist. They're not cloud seeding. Come on, they're not doing it. Get over it. I know most of you guys in here hopefully don't believe in that. If you do, that's cool. But they push their agenda. I have seen news. I won't say news. I'll say media outlets pushing this garbage. I've seen it. I'm like, what in the world are you talking about? Why are you pushing this garbage? Because that's what it is. It's a fear. If they can get you with fear, they're going to. And you can look it up yourself. I mean, I would encourage you to look this stuff up. Find out. Read about cloud seeding and what it's all about. Look up who's pushing that agenda, because they want to control you, and you're being controlled by that. There's so many things. Oh my gosh. So anyway, I got on my social media in this one particular place, and this guy was just going off about how the cloud seeding, and this is what caused the flood and caused all these people to die. And I had about enough of it. And I said, I won't say exactly what I said on there, but if you're on Twitter and that, you can go look it up, find me. Hi, honey. Coming out to join me? No. Oh, Tammy's in the house, guys. Yeah.
Really
what?
I've been in the house.
I know, she's been in the house. She's been watching. What's up?
I would like to say one thing. I read something on Facebook, and it was saying about the older people. If they didn't have the older people, that the younger generation could run this system, run everything.
Yeah, she told me about that earlier, and I went, oh God, we're in trouble. Hey, Ty, glad you could join us.
So, you guys, if it wasn't for us, you guys wouldn't be here.
Yeah, you're right. But anyway, so I thank you, dear, for that. For that, she had to get her 2 cents in, because she's a little bit hacked off too, and the younger, people are blaming us older folks for screwing everything up. That if it wasn't for us, they wouldn't be here. So I got on my social media. I want to read to you. I actually have a bookmark, I believe. Let me find it. I'm not going to tell you. It is on Twitter. All right. Hang on just a second, because I gotta find it. I gotta go back. It's been a couple of days. Had a lot going on. Okay, so I'm not going to reveal who this guy was, but this is what this gentleman or person, I don't know if it's a gentleman or not, this is what they said. Now, when we're talking about conspiracy theories, all right, this guy writes on Twitter, breaking. Federal agencies paid a private cloud seeding company to spray Texas skies just 2 days before deadly floods killed 60 plus people. No public comment, da-da-da-da. No oversight, no accountability. All right, so, and he goes on to, they go on to post what they perceive as documentation that this place was bought, da-da-da-da-da. I get on there, and I've got to find it, because this is probably way buried deep, and I actually, I said, you got to be kidding me. Probably. So, of course, I retweeted it, and I said, what a crock of crap. I'm trying to find the tweet. I'm trying to find my response, because it was priceless. Those of you that know me well enough know that I don't really cuss on social media unless I get really excited and things are really happening. Where'd it go, man? There's so many on me. But anyway, hang on just a second. Let me try to find it, because it's worth noting. There it is. All right, I found it. So somebody else got in there and said, "Stop cloud seeding, you demons." I replied back to that person, and I said, and I quote, "What a crock of bullshit. Get it right and know the facts before you spit this garbage." I actually got a response on that. Hang tight. Compliments United States Air Force. Flying over our heads right now. See if I can get you there. And there they go. They're gone. There's the other one. There's usually a bunch of them. I'm going to have to do some fire management here pretty soon. And, you don't hear me say that very often, but hey, Chappie, welcome in, buddy. Welcome in. Great to have everybody here. I think we got, 8 people in here? That's awesome. The thing is, guys, come on, get over it. It's not about you. It's not about, and I'm not saying anybody in chat. I'm just saying in general. It's not about us. It's about saving lives. Let's get real. Let's live in the present. Let's live in the now, and let's fix things. All right. But I do want to read something because it really. And if I can do it without breaking down, I will do my bestest. I've gotta find it. Hang tight. I actually have I think a bookmark it. Okay. Here it is. And I have permission. This was written by Pastor Rich Bitterman. Look him up on X, Twitter. He wrote this thing, and it really, really hit home. As you all know, I'm a Christian. I believe in God, and I believe, that God does things for whatever reasons, whatever. He knows what's going on. He is in the middle of everything. And I come across this thing, and for some reason, it just really, really smacked me in between the eyes. So I wrote this, and I have his permission to read it word for word on my stream. If you're in here, Pastor Bitterman, thank you so much. Kudos to you and what you do, because this really should hit home. And I'm not looking at chat right now. So he goes on and he says, where was God in the Texas flood? Everybody has that question. Everybody has a question. Where was God when the tornado hit? Where was God when the hurricane hit? Where was God? Where was God? The sandals are still by the door. Her toothbrush is dry. There are fingerprints on the car window that no one can bring themselves to wipe away. She was 7. On the 4th of July, she slipped beneath the water and did not come back. She was not alone. Her sister was found close by. Their fingers still laced together as if one last act of love might hold the river back. Sometimes the sky just breaks open and nothing is ever the same. Okay, taking a time out here because I get very emotional. And I'm okay with being emotional, guys. Guys do cry. We do get emotional. All right, let me start this over. Sometimes the sky just breaks open and nothing is ever the same. When time becomes before and after, when pain is not a page in someone else's story, but the sound of your own heartbeat, this is one of those moments. And what can be said now? Well, words can rise in the flood of pain so sudden, so wide, that entire families are washed into silence. Still, we must speak. We must try. Not to explain away the ache, not to tidy up the tears, but to tell the truth, because silence leaves a vacuum. And in that vacuum, where truth stays quiet, shadows multiply, that this was meaningless, that God is cruel, that death always wins. Let me speak, then, not as one above the sorrow, but one who believes that there is a God who entered it. The ache we cannot escape. There is a question rising in the throat of every mother whose arms are empty tonight. Where is God? If God is love, where was he when the river rose? If God is powerful, why didn't he stop it? If God is wise, why did the storm come at all? That question is not a sign of disbelief. It is a cry of faith that feels betrayed. It is the heart's protest that says, I know you're there, but I cannot understand you. And that's important. Atheism has no right to ask why. It has no category for the meaning, but grief demands an answer because we know in our bones that things are not as they should be. We rage at death because somewhere deep in our soul, we remember Eden. We remember a garden where death did not belong. We rage against death because something in us remembers how it used to be. It is evidence. The way your heart recoils at caskets and coffins is not weakness. It is a whisper of the world we lost. And the world we long for. The suffering that shook the heavens. There is the question grief never expects. What if God grieved first? If he didn't stand above suffering, but walked straight into it? He did. His name is Jesus. He didn't come as a king in gold. He came as a child in straw, born to peasants, to poor, to afford a proper sacrifice. Raised in a forgotten town, misunderstood, slandered, betrayed, beaten, and then he was crucified. Oh, you've heard this story so often. Maybe it doesn't shake you anymore, but let it. The eternal Son of God hanging naked, bleeding before his mother, not just dying, being judged, treated as if he had committed every sin of everyone who had ever believed. The one who knew no sin became sin, and the Father turned his face away. Whoa. All right, guys, in about 3 seconds, I'm going to continue on. We got compliments United States Air Force. Nope. All right. So we're almost done here. I'm going to go back to that paragraph that you got all tied in. The eternal Son of God, hanging naked, bleeding before his mother, not just dying, being judged, treated as if he had committed every sin of everyone who had ever believed. The one who knew no sin became sin, and the Father turned his face away. My God, why have you forsaken me? That was the cry that echoed across the sky. That was the moment the earth trembled. That was the night sorrow pierced heaven itself. And that is the only reason we can speak of hope today in tragedy. Because 3 days later, the tomb cracked open and death blinked. He is alive, still scarred, but alive. And one day, every grave will lose its grip. Every river will be rolled back, and every child in Christ will rise. The suffering God allows and enters. But what about now? What about the parent who holds the balloon they meant to give their daughter, but now releases into the sky with tears? There is a kind of suffering God allows, so that we might wake up when tragedy comes. The wrong question is, why them? The harder and the holier question is, why not me? We live in a world we did not make. We live a breath we did not earn, in bodies we did not design. Every heartbeat is borrowed, and every moment is mercy. Jesus once spoke of a tower that fell and crushed 18 people. His words were sharp and strange. Do you think they were worse sinners than all the others? No, but unless you repent, you will all likewise perish. He wasn't being cruel, he was being clear. Suffering is a trumpet blast. Turn around and come home. There's another kind of suffering God gives, the suffering of conviction. When the Spirit of God shows you that the greatest problem is not what's happened to you, but what lives inside you when your eyes open and the weight of your own sin, it hurts, it stings. But it is the pain that leads you to healing, the ache that leads to a Savior. This is very, very long, and it's very, very in depth. And I'm not going to read it all. I'm going to kind of end it there, but I'm going to finish with this. And he ends this. Like I said, this is like another 5 minutes of this. To every family grieving this week, I say with trembling, He is there, in the quiet, in the storm, in the empty bedroom. He knows, He sees, and most of all, He weeps. He will make all things new. We grieve, but not as those without hope, because the hands that hold your sorrow are scarred. That was a shortened version of a post that I saw on Twitter by Pastor Rich Bitterman, of which I have permission to read that on this channel. And I want to say thank you. Thank you in the chat for allowing me to read that, for allowing me to tear up and be a man. Thank you for what you do. Whether you believe in God or not, I don't really care. And tonight's stream is not about religion, farthest thing from my mind. But I needed to show that because there's people who are going to be watching this stream somewhere at some time in the near future, in the future, when I'm done and gone, people are going to come across the stream. And they need to hear that message. Because I'm speaking in the future. And things are going to happen, guys. Things are going to happen. And you got to be ready. You got to be prepared. You're going to ask those questions. I've asked those questions a bazillion times. And all I can come up with is, God, you know what's going on. I can't correct it. I can't fix it. And on that note, I'm going to take 5. I'm going to go get the fire stirred up. Give me just a minute. Because there is so much more to come. If I can see what I'm doing. smoke's coming right at me. Get over here and lay down. Open the eyes. Attacked by a bug. Oh, so smoky. Sorry about that, guys. Can't do a whole lot about that. It's going to smoke for a minute just because it cooled down enough. Things got to catch fire. Give me just a second, guys. I'm getting like literally obliterated by the smoke. So that would be my question. Why, God, why is it smoking so bad? Well, there's a reason for that. So let it go too far. Is God in the middle of that? Sure he is, because he showed me how to tell me what things to get. You know, what logs to go pick up, how to do it, how to make it happen. I think it's a beautiful fire. It's smoky because it is. It is what it is. So, hey, guys. All right. Oh, my gosh. Oh, Marcy. I hope he's okay. I really do. I really, I really hope he's all right. Oh, no. Hey, Ty, are you still in the chat? Ty, everybody, Ty Metalhead is in chat. I know I saw him there earlier. Hey, Jeffrey. Sorry if I missed anybody. Michael, welcome in, guys. Welcome in, everybody. Sorry, I wasn't really looking at the chat while I was trying to read because I'm on my phone and everything's there. So welcome in, everybody. Great to have you here. I had to get all of that out. It's been as a storm chaser, these things, they still hit home. You know, they still, yeah, I see that. Thanks, Ty. Ty, I appreciate you being here. Guys, this is a weather forecaster who has had us on his stream. I'm in contact with him whenever he's on. If one of my mods could go and find his channel, maybe I can. Hang on, I'll get it because I've got it. Let me go find it. Hang on. Bear with me, guys. My phone is like freaking out. Let me go get his channel up. Mr. Ty's channel. It's in here somewhere. And I'll get it. So, guys, here is a gentleman who really does a great job in forecasting. He does a lot of posting, keeps everybody informed. And, yep, okay, never mind, Marcy got it. Thank you, Marcy. Everybody, if you have not already, go show this guy some love. Go and throw him a subscription. You really don't want to miss when he's live, because he does a lot of he does a lot of cool things. I mean, he plays guitar, rock. If you're into rock and metal, he does that. But when he's serious, he's very serious about it as well. But he does a lot whenever there's severe weather. He's like me. He's an up-and-comer. Can't say enough about him. He's an awesome dude. Awesome guy. Can't wait to do some more stuff. I got some things in the work, Ty, that I'm trying to sort out and try to figure out on my end. And I'll fill you in on those a little later. But one of the things that I would love to see the Fireside chat actually grow into and morph into, and I've got to figure out how to do it on OBS. I haven't quite figured it out yet. Is I got to figure out how to add like a guest speaker come in. That's what I'm trying to nail down and figure out how to do all of that. To where like I'll spill the beans, Ty. I'd love to have you on my channel when that happens. We talk about weather. We talk about what you do on your channel and stuff like that. And so I'm trying to figure out how to mesh those two together. I know it can be done through Streamlabs. I don't know how it can be done through OBS. So anybody out there has any ideas, DM me in Discord, get a hold of me, let me know, because, man, I don't know how to do it. And I'd really love to see that. I'd really love to see this happen by the end of the year. But that's what I would like to see this channel more, just morph into. You know, I know there's channels out there. You know, I know they do it. They bring them in. I don't know how they do it through. I don't know the programming. Yeah. Streamlabs does kill the CPU. Yes, I know that. And I'm trying to train. I know I have actually OBS on my computer, and that's what I'm trying to get that all really figured out, and how to get a guest speaker in so that we're talking and that on the stream. I think that would be freaking amazing, because I've got a bunch of people in mind that I'd love to have on the stream at some point. And go from there. But for now, this is what we got. We got a fire outside in the front yard. We're talking about whatever. Guys, I am done with the opening of this thing. This is your chat. You guys have fun with it. And I will ride along and answer questions. You guys got any questions for me? Anything? If you're new to the channel, I appreciate you being here. Just being here means a lot to me. Haven't had any weather, so to speak, to chase, and probably won't see none until at least another month. So Fireside chat's going to take over into summertime. Yeah, thanks, Ty. I will going to be doing some research. I'm off tomorrow. I'm going to spend a couple hours trying to find out what I can do to do that. And I want to make that happen, because then I can go inside where it's cooler, and I can still have the fire down there. And just, it'll just be digital at that point. Yeah, go give Marcy a like and a subscribe there. She threw some little shorts of the fireworks. We did some fireworks here. Y'all have, other than the bad weather in Texas, did everybody have a great 4th of July? I had a great 4th of July. Even though, things were happening in Texas, I still had a great 4th of July. Got to go see fireworks. I got to share it with my moderators. That was kind of fun and unique. Got to share, actually Marcy jumped in the stream and got to share her fireworks. Yeah. Right on. Yeah, enough said about the party, Marcy. We all know, you know. And if you don't know, you gotta ask Marcy because I am not gonna repeat anything. I would get in trouble. Yeah, Farrah. Yeah, they gotta be public. And in order for anybody to see your creation, your work of art, or whatever it is you're working on, they gotta be public. Unfortunately, the only way you can have them unlisted is if you invite people to watch it. And yeah, that's the way YouTube works. Unfortunately, uh, but yeah. Yeah, or 18. Yeah, depends. Man, she meant mangina. I know what you mean. Yeah, I have no idea where the numbers come from. I don't know what 418 was, but yeah, this is like the party. We have a good party here. Ty, we talk about everything. We get in. You know, I usually do like a give everybody a chance to get in type deal. And the way I do mine is I have I block out like the first 45 minutes to an hour where I do my thing, whatever is on my heart to share. Like tonight was obviously we you know, and we still need to talk about it. I think there's I think that we can't say enough about the loss of life and 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 that and there should be some dialogue, and there is. There's just so much out there that you can't forget it. I mean, it'll always go down in history as one of the worst weather events in our time. I mean, it literally, I believe in Texas, if I'm not mistaken, I think this was like the fifth worst flood disaster in Texas history. So it'll forever be there. And my God, it's hot out here. Whew. But I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're enjoying the fire. That's all right, there. You're good. Oh, no problem, sir. I mean, I totally respect that. I'm just saying that's part of if you've got a channel and you're trying to grow it and you want to do something ever with it, throw some content out there, get going, guys. I got an alternate channel that is my personal one right now, and I've debated about trying to turn it into like fireside chat and kind of breaking it to apart. However, I just don't want to lose what I've got going here. So I've kept it kind of personal. But I did a thing here a while back, about a month ago. Let's see, we're in July, June, May. Yeah, May I took two of the same videos. All right, same thing. I posted one on my personal channel, and I posted one on this channel in the shorts. And would you believe that on my personal channel got more views? It actually got more views, not likes, but just more views than on this channel right here. And I've had this channel for 2 years. It's got to be a YouTube thing. But needless to say, yeah, they're there. You can go see it. It was about the mesoscale vortex that we rode out up in Missouri. In that, but it's fun to do those little tests. Yeah, Marcy, you're very correct. The actual high that's parked over us didn't help either because it just jammed. I mean, we don't think about weather as being jammed up, and if you really go back and you look at the models for that day, and you go back and you look at what actually happened, weather got jammed up. You had those two lows that collided and turned this thing into a monster. It's not any different than two severe warm storms colliding in with each other, getting sucked up into one and creating this massive supercellular mess that causes 30 tornadoes, and 10 of them are on the ground, and hang on guys. United States Air Force flying overhead, C-130s inbound. Kind of noisy. Got another one right behind him. Oh, here guys, I can catch him. This is coming. Where's he at? There he is. I can't zoom in, but I can track him. Behind the tree. C-130s, folks. Yeah, and let me tell you, they are fun. Yeah, that's the thing about doing a fireside chat outside, man. Them suckers get loud. And usually they're flying too. You can look them up. D-Man was on flight radar one night, and I was calling them out, and D-Man was letting me know who is who, and some of those are on flight radar, but there's a couple that are not. It makes you wonder what they're doing. Conspiracy theory. They're up to no good. No, they're doing a great job. I happen to know a couple of the pilots up there, and I say, yeah, you guys fly over my house all the dang time. Yeah. Yeah. That's okay, Farrah. You don't need to have weather anything. That is not a requirement. Oh yeah, they don't do air shows anymore. Yeah, we do an air show every 2 years, so we won't have one this year. We'll have one next year. Matter of fact, if you go back and look at some of my very first short videos are actually of that air show. Back when I first created this channel, I needed content, and like everybody else, man, I was throwing everything I could just to get views, because I needed watch hours. You know how it is. And one of my best, actually, at that time, one of the best shorts that I did was of the Thunderbirds coming in right at us. I mean, it's a cool video. I didn't expect it to get over 1,000 views, like it did all of a sudden. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty darn nifty. We got plenty. I was just checking battery on the battery pack for the phone. Phone's doing good. It has not lost signal, and the phone has not got overheated. So we are good, guys. Good. Nice. Yeah. Hey, Jana, welcome in. Great to have you here. See you just joined us. Thank you so much for being here. This literally is about the time the party really gets started. About an hour and a half, 2 hours into it, man, people kind of pop in and do their thing, and it's kind of exciting. Right now we're just sitting around a campfire, talking stories. Like I said, we just had 4th of July here. I did a 4th of July fireside chat. At that time, I really didn't, I look back, and I did a 4th of July fireside chat, and I didn't realize what was going on. I really didn't. I mean, you hear the rain is coming, and that. I didn't realize it until like literally the day after, when I started seeing, the destruction, and then I was like, holy crap. This is really going on. This really happened, and people's lives were affected, and it just tore me up, on Monday when I really started looking at stuff, But that is one reason why I do these fireside chats, because it gives us all a chance to talk about the major weather events. Gives other moderators, and I've got a lot of moderators that come into this chat. I wish I had a lot more that are on different trains, and we're all over the place, and that, and that come in to the fireside chat, and it's just really gives everybody a chance to kind of decompress. Gives me a chance to decompress and get my feelings out, and what I need to get me through the next day. I really enjoy these. I love talking to people. I love the interaction, and it's because of you guys. Yeah, Jim, it is. We got fire season. I mean, it's definitely gonna be one again. Learning, yeah. Holy cow. Holy smokes. That ain't good. Thank you, Marcy, for posting that. Cloud's not, yeah. I love, it's so cool when you're on radar and you're looking at a radar. We've had a lot here in Arkansas lately, and because we get these little pop-up storms like we had today, and I'm on the radar, I'm looking at it, and I'm going, oh, there's an outflow boundary. These are all outflow boundaries. Dominant, because they're little and they're not doing much. Throwing a little bit of lightning in there and a whole bunch of rain, but you can actually see the boundaries. And the boundaries, when they collide, it's like, holy crap. And then you get another storm right behind it. And yeah, it's just fascinating. I literally saw something, gosh, we've had thunderstorms for literally like the last week and a half. And I want to say it was on a Monday. I saw where there was actually 3 outflow boundaries that collided. And I was like, holy moly. Can you imagine the winds as they closed in? Can you imagine how tight those winds were? And yeah, they were backbuilding. I mean, it was like, holy crap. And but to be able to see the boundary coming out the backside of the storm, and then you see this other storm coming in, but the boundaries were huge, and the winds were, I mean, they weren't packing 60, 70, 80 mile an hour winds, but 30, 40 mile an hour winds, pretty impressive. And I mean, it's just cool to see it on radar when you can identify what's going on, and then all of a sudden behind one of them boundaries you got another storm pops up out of nowhere. Kind of like today. We had today was I mean, I wasn't expecting any kind of rain at all. And about 3, maybe 4 hours ago, I'm sitting out here. I've got the fire going because I've been burning some of the branches and that, trying to get my yard cleaned up. And I hear thunder, and I look up, and I'm going, holy crap. I took a picture of it, posted it to my mods, and I said, yeah, this is what's going on around me. And this big old tower come flying up out of nowhere and skirted me, totally missed me. It cooled off a little bit, and then we had another one to my north and totally missed us. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yep. Sorry guys, I'm looking at chat real quick. I tend to forget that. Hey, we got 5 folks in here. Yay! Yeah, I don't hardly ever get. I mean, I think 4th of July we had all of maybe 21, maybe almost 30, because Patrick can be accidentally sent his viewers from his channel over to mine. So we got an influx there, but yeah, we never have a whole lot. But it really amazes me that, been on here an hour and a half. We got 7 folks showed up. We got 16 likes. It's a good night. It's a great night. Hey, Marcy, you could always wear that bathing suit. Just kidding. I'm about to get some ice thrown down my back, which actually I don't want to encourage it because it's really cold. But man, it's hot out here. She may be in chat. I'm sure she's watching it. She's had a headache today, so I don't know where she's at. She's got to be still up because the light's still on. Oh, Marcy, love you, girl. I love you. I love your sense of humor. All right, hurry back, Ty. Great to have you here. Great to have you. God, something smells out here. It's like something died, and there ain't nothing been dead. Nothing died around here. Whew. I get a whiff of it every now and then. Probably a deer out in the pastures out back somewhere. Bad. Don't know where it's at. Hi, Tisha. Hi, baby. No. You stay right there. No, don't come in here. This is my space. Thank you. My God versus yeah, bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on. That's what this is supposed to be about. Is guys, I'm gonna throw it out there. It's okay, whether you believe in God or you don't. I don't care. I don't care what faith you are. If you don't believe, that's cool. I don't care what politics you play. This is what this is for. This is why it's open mic. This is why it's okay. This is a safe place to express what you feel, whether I agree with it or not. I'm not going to argue. I'm going to say, okay, that's cool. Maybe those out there have a different view, but I can accept that because it opens my eyes. And maybe my view is wrong. It could be. Does any of that make any kind of sense at all? Sorry guys, I gotta get my camera. A little bit off. Yep, nope, you're good, Farrah. We'll chime in as they happen, because that's what this is all about. This is a chat. This is nothing more than a chat, a bunch of people talking about whatever, So while she's typing it out, guys, you got anything happen in your world that's extraordinary? Anything. You see something really crazy today that you just got to shake your head and go, huh? Really? All right, guys, while you guys are pondering on that one, I'm going to do a little fire maintenance here. I can. Another log on the fire. So guys, I got a question for you. I love history, and I'm going to tell you, I love history. So this is a history question. Who in the chat knows where Fireside Chat came from? Who is the one person who did Fireside Chats? I'll repeat that question in case you missed it. The history question. Who was the one person that did Fireside Chats live? Okay. I got you. Yes, Marcy, you are correct. President Roosevelt during World War II used to get up, every week. I believe it was every week he did a fireside chat. And basically all it was, guys, was letting everybody know what was going on with the war. And, yep, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt used to do fireside chat. And basically, they were the same thing as what we're doing here. We give, we do, we just take a little bit further. We got the actual real fire right because it's so dark, and I don't have my. I have a light. I need to dig up, but I got to see if I can plug it into my phone. And can't see my face right now. I mean, you could. Here's what I look like in a fire. Hey, that's not actually too bad. So, yep, that's exactly right. All right, I'm listening to. I'm reading what Kerr has to say here. She's got a voice, and she wants to. Oh yeah. I remember you telling me that, Kerr, and I remember you actually sent me the deal. Nice. Hey, Jenna. Are you peacing out on us? Peace to you. I can't even see you. I guess I'm alright. Yeah, I'm gray. I'm old. You know, I can tell you now, and I guess I got to be over here. Should I ever make it to heaven, I will say this in that. Thanks for the peace sign. Peace. I can't get out there far enough, but peace to you. I will be surprised, and probably will be surprised, at how many non-Christians are going to be there in heaven. I really, it's not all about that. You can do all the good deeds, and you can do all the good works, and you can do this, and you can do all of that. The thing is that what I know is that it ain't that easy. And don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. I may not make it. I don't know. I would like to think so. But that would be very self-centered of me, wouldn't it? You see, I just know, I know what I know. And to have that kind of an insight, yeah, and it's cool. I totally understand where you're coming from. I can honestly say that I have been there. I have had to do a lot of searching in my life. I too was that altar boy. I was born into the Mormon church. I was raised in the Episcopal church, and I've been to so many churches since then that I just finally had to actually give it up. And there's a whole thing that actually, what if I scoot over here? Hey, that's better. For some reason there's a big shadow right here, and I'm not sure what it is. I think it's the shadow from the holder there. But I was that guy, and I totally get where you're at, sir. I totally understand it. And that's a very valid question. Now I got this thing so wonky. That I don't have all the answers. I'm not even going to pretend I do. I just know what I know. And it's okay. It's okay for, to ask those questions. Hey, Leslie. Yeah, we're outside with the crickets. It's hotter than a hub the haze out here, but we got us a real fire going. Here, you want to see the fire, Leslie? We got us a fire. There's your fire. Yeah, you can go to Texas. Let's go to Texas. All right. What about Texas? That's a $1 million question right there, sir. Sarah, that right there is exactly my question. Why would you not get the heck out of Dodge? Why would you not evacuate? Um, why would you not do that thing? Why would you not get people out of danger? Yeah, there were, and I, there again, and I'm not sure all of the particulars, but this was a really early, super early morning event, like 1:30, 2:30 in the morning event. I don't know. But they had plenty of warning. They had plenty of warning, like the day or so I know before, because they've said they have. They've sent these warnings out. And if you do the chronological order of what they did, everybody had warning. How do I know? I'm sure that those folks there in Kerr County and everywhere are going, why did I not do this? I don't have anything. It baffles my mind. It blows my mind. Hang on, guys. Compliments to the United States Air Force. Is it glitchy? I don't know why. Maybe my phone is actually getting warm. Oh yeah, we're overheating, guys. Sorry. We is overheating. Maybe that'll help. So, guys, if I lose the stream, bear with me. I'll be back in a minute. I have to lose the stream first before I can run inside. At which point I'll have to cool the phone down real quick, and then I'll be right back. It takes usually a couple minutes. I haven't lost it. I'm still going. I still got it. It's just slowing it down. But just kind of a heads up, that's what's happening. And that's a hot fire. And it being hot out here really don't help. There was actually talk, and I think there was actually talk about sirens, using tornado sirens for that very purpose. The only problem I see with that is that, yeah, I'm about to lose this thing. And I gotta let it go, and I can't do nothing about it. But the only thing is the tornado sirens for a flood would be, they would have to be different, or they could be the same. Just, that's what they need to figure out. It's not all sirens sound the same. Oh, you're good, sir. You're good. Anybody bad comes at you, wanting to tell you otherwise, you direct them to me. It's what I like about Fireside Chats is I don't care what you believe. I mean, it's good to get it out. I've talked to Kerr over this, and it's a decision we all got to make. That's all it is. Guys, I can't do anything about the stream and the glitchiness until I go into the house. Hang tight. Maybe I can. I'm gonna black out the video. Yay! Can't see any sunlight. So I'm gonna turn the camera off. I'm gonna run inside and cool it off for a quick minute. Bear with me. This is just one of those things about being outside. If I was inside, I wouldn't have this problem. So hang tight, guys. Hey, Derek. You're just in time to see a black screen. All right. So I'm going to do this. But hey, we made it an hour and a half. I've still got you. I don't know if you can still hear me or not. But I'm going inside. It might be a little while. All right, guys, I got the phone cooled off. We're about to get things set back up. Actually, save the stream from actually dying off. I think what it is I had it on the battery pack, and I think the battery pack actually was causing it to overheat. So, get this thing put back on the stand. Welcome back, everybody. Oh, come on. Really? Really? Why are you doing this? Now my phone wants to be a putz. Fine. Really? Sorry, guys. Hey, Rich. There we go. No, that's why my phone is backwards. I did not realize that. Hey, Rich. Derek. Welcome back. Great to have everybody here. Yeah, I had to go cool the phone off. So by saving the stream, what I did was I just turned everything off and turned the mic off because we were inside. And Tammy's not in chat. By the way, just so you know. Great to have everybody here. Angela, welcome in. I see this is when it all happens. We're almost 2 hours in, like clockwork. Place blows up. Great to have everybody here. Don't really need to throw any more wood on the fire at this point. It's so hot. I actually had to back up a little bit. Let's see what everybody's saying. Yeah, Farrah, that's there again, and it's the old saying, you can lead a horse to water and you can tell them, that they need to drink, and you can't make them do it. You just, people are just that way. They're just that way. And I don't know, whether they thought they had enough time, which I wasn't there, so I don't know what was going through their head, or what they were thinking, or what they were hearing. I'd like to think that they did all the right things, and they were probably doing the best they can to handle, given the situation. But those will be forever questions that will always plague, and always will plague a natural disaster. Why the eternal question? Yep, I agree. I mean, they actually they had buses. And I could be wrong, but I know there was a bunch of kids on buses. They were trying to get them out. Why they would do that when all they had to do is, kind of like they forgot the plan. Whether they rehearsed it or not, probably not. Why, it's why schools do their plans, and I'm sure they'll get it all sorted out, and I'm sure, it's going to fall on somebody, and somebody's going to be all upset, and, it's just, there's just so many questions that you just really can't answer. I'm not qualified to answer them, and I'm not even going to try. I have my speculations, but that's all they are, and they're not factual. And I'm not about to get on here and give misinformation that I don't want to do. That would be bad on my part. It is early, folks. It is early yet. Hey, you guys want to see the moon? I won't be able to get a really good picture of the moon. But there's the moon. Full moon. We gotta have everybody and their brother out on here tonight. Full moon. Full moon. Yeah, Rich. I don't want to see your moon. I'll show you a moon. No thanks. That's just too funny. You're watching too much Corey and Brandon. Yeah. In case y'all missed it, Garrett was actually out chasing today. He's with, let's see, Freddie and Eli, and sitting in the backseat. He got a plane early this morning, so he could get out there. And they went chasing a little bit, had a great time. Oh. That's enough. God only knows what that was. That was my son being a joker. I don't even know what that was. What was that? No. Oh my God, we got one. Oh, guys. I gotta show you. Hang on. Hang on, guys. Give me just a minute. I'm having too much fun with it.
He's got it. Squeeze his.
No.
Chicken.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
He's got to squeeze his chicken. I will go there. I was going to say talk.
Yeah, I know. There's another word for that. Yeah, I can't go there. Oh, I'm gonna show you guys what they just brought me. Scared the living crap out of me because I did not see him sneaking up behind me because I'm too involved with the stream. You never know. Yeah, hey guys, you never know what's gonna happen in this chat. I mean, you really don't know, man. Hey, one night we went out. We chased criminals. We had a guy. A couple of guys, actually a guy escaped, was eluding the police. We had like 13 cops like right around my house, and they actually visited us. And yeah, we went out and tried to see what was going on. So you never know what's going to happen on this chat. Anything is possible. We could have a storm pop up and we might jump in the car and just take off. All right, guys, you got to see this. So I don't know if you can see it or not. I don't know where the camera is. So where's the camera? Oh, it's upside down. That's why. There's the chicken. So for some reason my phone is upside down. That's weird. Yeah, D-Man, I believe it is. It is. It is dying a terrible death. So that'll be going with us on chases, guys. That's part of the new chase fun stuff. Chase fun stuff. Hey, oh, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen. Like I said, you just never know what's gonna happen. Dogs might go to barking, but if they ever start talking, we're in trouble. We've saved possums on the stream from getting in the garbage. Yeah, we've had a lot. Actually, we've had a lot happen on this stream. Come to think on it. On a Fireside chat. So if you're just joining us, appreciate you being here. Join up in chat. Let us know what's going on in your world and how things are rocking and rolling with you. As for me, I'm off tomorrow. I've got all night. It's 10:30 at night. We've been doing this now for a little over 2 hours. And there is hello. We even did when was it? Not the 4th of July one, but the one before that. We actually went and looked at tornado warnings. Just so you know, there's a tornado warning in Bureau, Illinois. A tornado warning remains in effect until 11 o'clock. For South Central Bureau County at 11:32 p.m. Central Daylight, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Bureau Junction or near Princeton, moving, and I gotta open this up, moving southeast at 15 miles per hour. Hazard, tornado and quarter-size hail. This is radar indicated. Y'all know the impacts, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. Locations impacted: Tiscawa and Bureau Junction. This includes Interstate I-80 between mile marker 2 and 7. Take cover now. This is your warning. If you're watching this and you happen to be from Illinois in that area, you need to be in your safe spot. You need to be in your safe spot. All right. Yeah, I get these really cool warnings like all the time. I can tell you when a tornado actually is being delivered, a tornado warning from the National Weather Service. Alrighty, Farrah, take care. Thanks for popping in. I know you've got a horse show to go to. Appreciate it. Alrighty, not a problem. Not a problem. You're good. This is why we do what we do. Not only as a storm chaser, but as a channel. I get these warnings, whenever they go off, and like, okay, get the word out. I'll post them off of. The thing is, I can't share the whole message. I have to screenshot it, doctor it up a little bit, and I can post it. But I'd rather not do that. But yeah, it is. Yeah, Rich, you're right. It is that humid. It's a hot fire. That's for dang sure. I've already had to cool the phone off once. There's so much moisture down here. My goodness. I really wish we got one of those rainstorms because I actually wanted to do this inside, and I probably should have. But we haven't done an outside fire for so long that wanted to give y'all a treat by a smoky fire. But yeah, you noticed that. I noticed that as well. I was like, what? You know, and and to be quite honest, that's the way the year's gone. Pretty much every tornado that's been, or cell that's been warned for a tornado that's produced, has been outside. We've had, I don't know how many here in the state of Arkansas that have been. I know I had one right near my house that was two. We've had two. Let's see, back in June. I want to say they were in June. They were never. We weren't even in a watch. We weren't in nothing. And we had two tornadoes actually touch down. They were one was the EF1. I think they were both EF1s, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it happens. It happens a lot. You know, the boys were up in Nebraska on a great cell. It looked like it was going to do something, and they fizzled out. Yep. That right there, Ty, is one reason why I don't do forecasting. I don't know enough, and you can't. You know, all you got is models at that point. And they were showing, guys, they were showing a tornado. If it got going up in Nebraska, there would be a long track, devastating, because it was headed for a bunch of little towns. If it had ever got into the atmosphere that it needed to get into, holy smokes, it would have been bad. Thank God it didn't. I mean, it just never got going. I mean, the storm was going. I mean, it was producing lightning and a bunch of wind, but, you know, pretty good sized hail. But there weren't any tornadoes coming out of it that I know of. Yeah. Yep. I'm a firm believer in the 2% tornado, because that's usually where we sit, unless, you know, the dynamics are in place for a maybe, you know, like we had back in March, where we faced all of those storms. And you know, if they're not, you know, 2%, man. Kind of where it's at, and that's pretty much what I'll chase in 2%. You never know what you're going to get. Kind of like a box of chocolate. Yeah, Ty, and I've been watching your videos there. You are 99% spot on. I ain't joking. I've been watching them, and I watched a couple others. And I'm going, yeah. I don't know why more people ain't watching you. You know, I don't know. Hang on, guys. I gotta go fix the fire. I will be right back. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. There you go. Now you got fire. Yeah, they are. They are. I agree. I hear him. Compliments the United States Air Force. Jeez, Marcy. 100 pounds of ice, and it took it 8 hours? Wow. Crazy. Crazy. All right. Where are we at? Hey, we are up to 18 likes, guys. Woohoo! Sweet. Very quiet night. Let's see. Anybody seen any ghosts, Sasquatches, vermicious canids, anything of the nature that you just can't explain? Yetis? Anything weird going on? Anything? Nothing? No ghosts? No weird phenomenon happening? Right? Oh yeah, Rich. I've been paying attention to it. Yeah. Oh, and a matter of fact, talked about that. Matter of fact, they're saying that here in the state of Arkansas, we are to expect Saharan desert sand. All right. Oh, great. Now when it rains, we're going to get sandy. I need more sand in my yard, folks. Apparently, there's a bunch of there's a sand cloud headed for the Gulf of Mexico. You know, which in reality does hinder anything for the tropics to get going, hurricane season. I don't know. I got a feeling this is going to be one of those years that, man, when it kicks off, man, it's going to go full bore, and you better buckle up because it's going to be a whopper. I mean, I got a weird, because our weather here in Arkansas, June, well, begins the latter part of June. July and August literally are our hottest months. September is usually when it lightens up on the heat and we start cooling off, and that's when we have basically our second season of storms, which I can't wait to happen because I need to go storm chasing. I mean, I'm chasing clouds right now, but yeah, but yeah, exactly. Hey, D-Man, welcome officially home. Yeah, it's that boiling lead. It's kind of like a cap, if you will. You know, we always talk about a cap in place. That's why storms don't fire. And there's a huge cap for the hurricanes. Eventually, that thing's going to erode away, and when it does, I mean, it's going to be, like I said, I don't know. There's a part of me that just says, boy, get your act together. You be prepared to. You know, we get and if we get any kind of hurricane come up through Texas, it has to come up through Houston and up that way. Um, like very similar to Beryl when Beryl came through. That literally, unless it comes straight up and doesn't curl, that'd be the only way we're going to get pretty much anything significant here as far as hurricane, tropical storm force winds, things of that nature. There have been a couple of hurricanes that came up last year. It kind of fizzled out by the time they got to us, and really wasn't much to even think about chasing. I mean, it basically just turns to rain. But if we were to get say a Cat 3, Cat 4 down in the Gulf, say the west side of Louisiana, into that corner there, Louisiana corner, Texas, around that borderline, and if it comes up and curls, it could get gnarly here. The cone for me has to be pretty much dead center of the state. So the further west you go, the better my chances of having severe weather are going to be. And we saw that with Beryl. What? I just blinked. Man, my phone must be getting hot again. Oh, nice speeder bands. Oh, those are fun actually. they're kind of cool, especially if you can get down on the water and watch them come in. Yeah, baby. Yeah, Jim. We're. I mean, my feeling is that once this huge pressure dome lid blows off, it's kind of like a boiling kettle right now. When that lid finally pops, I think we're gonna have some serious stuff going on. Hey, Julie. Welcome in. Julie's in the house. Julie's in the house. But yeah, I see it. I feel it. My gut's telling me about hurricane season right now, and not to mention anything else. But yeah, hurricane season's gonna be one. It'll be better. Yeah, way too quiet out there. It's just itching, like I'm itching to chase storms. It's itching to be released. Once it is released, we're going to see some stuff. We ain't seen nothing yet. And I don't think we in Arkansas have seen the last of the tornadoes. Actually, a certain person posted something here a while back that he expected 65 tornadoes in the state of Arkansas. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say we're going to get 75 to 80 this year. Just saying. Quote me on that one. We'll get back to it after the new year. Because I personally don't think we've seen everything yet in the state of Arkansas. We're at 59 confirmed tornadoes so far for the year. The second half of the season hasn't even started yet, and we get a random tornado here and there between now and then. Yeah, I think I'm shooting high. I'm going to say between 70 and 75. I think we've already broke a record. Our average is only 37, something like that. On an average. I know, like last year, seemed like we had more, but overall averages. I think we'll see. We'll see. Oh, you ain't joking, Todd. You ain't joking. I I look forward to it, but I'll tell you what, chasing the remnants of a hurricane, man, if you're not in the right place at the right time and a tornado pops up, you'll never catch it because they're just quick spinners. You can be when we were at Barrel, only because I was unlimited gas. I had like half a tank of gas, and Penny said, "Do not run it out." Well, I ran it out, but we couldn't do it. We couldn't really do any chasing because we just had limited funds back then, and we were down in Benton, Arkansas. We were camped out down at a baseball field. And Tammy says, "Go to the baseball field. There's going to be a tornado pop." Sure enough, tornado popped. We couldn't get to it. It was the warning was 10 miles away. By the time I even got out of the parking lot, the tornado warning was gone. Got out of the parking lot. Two more warnings went up, 15, 20 miles away. And I was like, you know what? I can't get to them because where my location was, where I was at, I'd had to take some serious back roads, and you can't do 35, 40 mile an hour on them roads. It was bad, you know, and I'm not sure. Thinking back, I don't remember any actually touching down, but yeah, it was quite interesting. I mean, we had a lot of rain, but as far as chasing them, yeah, we've actually decided that we'll get out and run around, but as far as actual doing any kind of chasing, there ain't no way you can do it. Hey, Kim, you're good. Great to have you here. Glad you showed up. Go tell your friends, your neighbors, your in-laws, your outlaws, your furry friends. Tell them to get a YouTube channel put together and get them in the chat. But yeah, QLCS is just, they're for the birds. I mean, they're hard. They're hard, and unfortunately, that's usually what we get here in Arkansas. By the time anything gets to us, it's in the line, and it's like, okay, pick a spot. You know, I have since learned this year. If I learned anything this year from chasing, first of all, I'm not going to look at models. I'll look at them, but I'm not going to solely rely on them to set my chase where I need to chase. Because I actually missed a tornado here 15 miles out of my town because I was up dicking around up in Missouri because the model said, and I ain't doing that again. We probably we may go to, we won't chase in Oklahoma. I just absolutely do not like Oklahoma. I'm sorry. Oklahoma just wasn't there for me. I can go to Missouri, and I could do Tennessee, Mississippi. You know, I didn't mind Louisiana, but for us, that's a long haul. When you got to work the next day, it makes it even longer. So you got to, you know, I think our plan is pretty much to stay in Arkansas as much as possible, probably from here on out. Lord knows we're going to get the weather, and we're going to continue to get the weather, and so it's all good. You know, there's no need to, really don't have to go far. You know. And if I can get work straightened out to where I can actually say, hey, I need to go, you know, and if I got, you know, save up my PTO time, that's the only way I get to call out is if I've got PTO time, and you know, that's the clock out and say, hey, I'm see ya. Or Usually I'll call out for the day. Yeah, I mean, you gotta pick and choose. Oh, I wouldn't. You couldn't get me to go to Atlanta. I'm sorry. It's beautiful country, man. I do not do big cities. I do not do big cities. I struggle with Little Rock, or I used to struggle with Little Rock, and I still do it sometimes. I just don't do traffic. I just don't. No. Yeah, I cannot stand. Get me around people, man. I just want to run them over, or I just don't want to be around them. Foolish. Yeah. So if you are you're not new to the channel, but Ty here, he is a forecaster on YouTube. I wonder. Yeah, I have no business in Detroit either. I'd end up in the wrong place, and yeah, it just wouldn't be good. Hey, Marcy, can you put in Ty's YouTube channel again? And I'll pin it. Yeah, it's not getting any better, guys. Traffic is not getting any better. People, I thought people didn't know how to drive 30 years ago. My God, they definitely don't know how to drive today. Might as well put a bullseye on your car and just say, here, hit me here. Foolish. What is that, Kim? Talking. Oh, I-501. Yeah, they got pounded. You know, this is the craziness. How this year alone, New Mexico. When's the last time you have heard about a major disaster in New Mexico? Where did that come from? New Mexico. Unfortunately, some lives were lost. But New Mexico, what is up? What is up? It's been a weird year. There have been tornadoes where you haven't heard of a tornado before. I mean, North Dakota has had, I don't know how many tornadoes this year. Come on. DC had tornado warning. I think they had a tornado warning today, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it yesterday? Might have been yesterday. You know, just weird places getting all these tornado warnings and making, you know, it almost makes you wonder, they just want in on the action. No. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. I just yeah. Oh yeah, D man. I've watched that and I'm like, you can't make that stuff up. I mean, you just cannot make that stuff up. Yeah, I just it seems like it, and I almost have to go and look back. There would have to be a lot of almanac looking and diving into it. I mean, that would be a great study, I guess. If I was going to do a piece of paper, for whatever, that would be a good one to actually look up, because it does seem like, it seems like there's been a lot, but I don't think there has been. I think I want to say it's almost equal, Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. Tammy's actually in the house cooling. She's chilling in there. But I don't know. That would be a good one to really study up on, and that. Yeah, I agree, Rich. I would be fascinated. I mean, that's kind of stuff I would, I like that kind of stuff. Oh, somebody asked me. Here's a question for you. Actually, I'm not gonna tell you his name, but I work with this guy. He's a weather guy. I mean, he pays attention to weather. He's been caught up in a tornado and had his truck lifted up and got snot scared out of him and all of that. Great guy. And anyway, we got to talk, and we were talking yesterday, and he goes, "Well, what do you think about the Farmer's Almanac?" And I kind of looked at him, and I said, here's what I think of the Farmer's Almanac. I think it's a great, fun, nostalgic book. All right. The Farmer's Almanac, and he goes, "Yeah, but they're right." I go, "They are right 30% of the time." He goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "There is no way possible that you can go out a year, let alone a week, and forecast storms. You cannot forecast weather that far out." I said, "Here's the deal with Farmer's Almanac. What they do is they base most of their stuff off of historical value. They're going off of last 30, 40, 50, 60 years, however long it is, and they're basing it off of that." And I said, what you got to understand is that weather is, and I've said this before, weather is cyclic. I said, you can go back 10 years and go, this storm coming up reminds me a lot of that. So they're saying, okay, but they're taking it as, this is a possibility. This is going to happen, because anything more than 3 days out is a probability. And so I was like, yeah, and then he kind of he went on to say, yeah, he says, I've noticed that the tornado alley shifted to the west. And I was like, okay. Last I heard of that, it was shifting east. And I mentioned it to him, and he kind of brushed me off. And I was like, yeah, okay, I see where you're at. But, if anything, Tornado Alley is actually shifting. I believe is shifting more east maybe not that far as we think it is, just because of the amount of storms we've had and that. Um, but it is moving. Things are moving, and we're always moving. But always know that the Farmer's Almanac and all of those things that you see and read and that are out there, they're going off of pretty much more historical value, prior seasons. I don't know how much scientific information they're using or what they're using, but I take it for a grain of salt. It's good reading, if nothing else. Oh, sorry, I wasn't looking at chat. Looking at chat now, our fur babies are doing fine. They're out here passed out on the ground somewhere. We're in the house cooling off. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, very good. Wow, guys, it's early. Man, it's only 11 o'clock. We've gone until 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning on this. Gotta love those little EFOs. They're fun. They might as well be a gas NATO. The wannabes, they wish they were bigger. They wish they were bigger. Boy, it got quiet. So, off in the distance at the Air Force Base, since I'm 15 miles away, I can still hear the engine turbines. It actually sounds like they're done for the night, maybe. There might be some more flying in here in a few minutes that are outliers. But for the most part, the United States Air Force has concluded their nighttime fly-arounds, maneuvers, if you will. So now you get crickets. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you all for showing up. Appreciate your support of the Fireside Chats and this channel. And Marcy's officially in the dark. Lights out for Marcy. Really trying to let that wood burn down a little bit before I got plenty of wood back there cut up. I went and cut some up today for the fire, depending on how long we go. Really trying to get it to burn down a little bit more, maybe. Put some more on. Like I said, I'm off tomorrow. Tammy's not off tomorrow. Yeah, that's a good, that would be funny. And they probably do think that. maybe I should be, yes, I'm talking to ghosts. I'm talking to myself. No, we're in a chat, folks. We're in a chat. If you're just joining us, this is chat. This is nothing more than chat. I'm feeding off of whatever happens in chat. So if you're not in chat, you better get subscribed. You don't have to right now because I don't have that on. So jump in chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Love to hear from you. I am not just talking to myself. I am actually looking at chat. So if you're just joining us, we got 13 folks in here, 22 likes. I am not talking to myself. I'm actually looking at chat. That's how I see things. And yeah. So, thanks for joining us. Jump in the chat. It's open to everybody. It's open mic. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about. We're talking about weather right now. We have talked about food. We've talked about Sasquatch, UFOs, paranormal stuff like none other. Weather, of course. What else have we talked about? What else, Chad, have we talked about besides the usual stuff? Yeah, we have not talked, no, we have not talked about ice cream. I got Julie all excited about ice cream. Go for the skirt. Yeah, we talked about doing that. Maybe at some point, we might make a deal where we run around. We might go tour or go down to. There's a bunch of places. Hot Springs is a great place. There's a couple places in Little Rock. I'd just soon stay away from Little Rock. Thank you very much. But I would go to Hot Springs because there's actually some cool places. The biggest thing that I have to worry about in doing those is anything with music. I'd have to turn it off. You could watch, you wouldn't be able to listen. And a lot of those places actually you can look from the outside. You can't go in unless you have like a reservation or something like that. Talking about paranormal, when we first moved here, because we are in the middle of where the Civil War took place. There was actually a lot of battles took place here in Arkansas. Quite amazing. We first moved here in 8-9 years ago now. 8 years ago, something like that. And we were outside. We may have had a fire going, I don't know. And it was Tammy and I swear we were seeing things walk in a pasture. I've got 5 acres, and out my back door we would sit out there and we would see things. I mean, definitely would see things. We'd see what looked like lanterns moving. They would be, some of them were red, and some of them were kind of a bluish color. And they would be, at distance, what would look like 2 or 3 foot off the ground. And it was like, okay, what's that? Every now and then you'd catch a glimpse of what looked like a figure passing through. But I haven't seen that activity in quite a while myself. Every now and then, it's like my dogs will get out and start barking. I'm like, okay, what are you barking at? And usually it's just a deer in the neighbor's yard, but kind of cool stuff. Points? Yeah, we got points. Oh, hey, you guys on the points, I'm liable to go put everybody at 0. You don't mess with it. Guys, you realize that we have been doing this channel has been going for a year and 2 months. I think that's when we started, was 2003, latter part of 2003, 2004 for sure. Yeah, we've been going almost a little over a year, not quite a year and a half. Sorry, I'm looking at chat, guys. Oh, yeah. So, hey, Marcy, you want me to talk about what we were doing amongst ourselves? Yeah, I know. You guys have earned every one of them. Yeah, soundings can be very hard to understand sometimes. So, guys, those of you that are actively listening in chat, we have done we did a test thing with the moderators on Discord. We were checking it out to see, what we could do with it. And what it is it's basically on Discord. I'll make a special channel just for it. It's kind of an interaction thing. So what you do is once I were to do this and open it up, I want to get your thoughts on it. What we do is we create a story. Like I would start it out. Whatever happens, and you can post whenever you want to as it happens. And so like I started it out, Marcy jumped in, other moderators would jump in, whenever they could, and we actually made a story. And I'm gonna share. We've only been doing this like a week. Hang on just a second. I gotta get over to the Discord, the actual Discord channel, because it's a lot of fun. I gotta pull it up right now. Man, my phone is about to die. So we called it late night story time, and this just would be a story time. So this is what we've done so far. All right. And this is I'm giving you an example here. So I started it out. I said the year was 2025 on a day that was full of fun and cheer when I supposedly was writing an endless novel, LOL, during the long waits between storms, and I needed food, pizza, and soda, when all of a sudden the sirens were sounding and the alarm for what was to come, and then it started to hail. He got everything ready to roll out, made sure everything was secure. He checked the checklist one last time before he headed out to play with the storms. Everything was in order, and then it happened. A very bright white light. With sirens in the background, he wasn't prepared for something like this. He yelled, "Oh, crap!" Adrenaline was flowing through his veins. He was locked in, making sure that all systems were operational. He took off into the warned area, watching both what was in front of him and on the road ahead, and their tablet that displayed the radar. It was at that moment a severe thunderstorm warning popped up on the screen, and that's where we ended it so far. So that was actually done by myself, Marcy, Julie, Joe, and yeah, that's pretty much all of us. D-Man was in there a few times. So it's been kind of fun. What do y'all think of that? Would y'all be kind of interested in doing something like that on Discord? I mean, you don't have to have the brain. Uh-oh. There it is. Thought I lost everything. And I did. This phone is about to disown my phone because I just lost it. But anyway, doing something like that on Discord. Trying to get back in. My phone is being stupid right now. Being very slow. It was a dark and stormy night. Yeah. Alrighty, Ty. Yeah, well, yeah, it's 12:30 your time. I forgot you're over on the Eastern time. So, hey, Ty, appreciate you being here, buddy. We'll catch you on another one. Get some rest. Appreciate you a lot. Yeah, D-Man, that's kind of where we took it from. I heard you mention it somewhere along the line. But what do y'all think in the chat? Think it would be something we should do? Something that you all, would spread the word, say, hey, jump over down there and go add to the story. Because that's all it is. We're making a story. We're not, it ain't going to ever be published other than on there. I mean, you don't have to do it every day. It's just whenever you think about it, just throw something in there and let the next guy take over. And everybody creates the story, And if it were, like at the end of the, say at the end of, maybe at the end of the year, we do another party, a December 31st, New Year's Eve thing. We could call it and just read, because you're gonna have 3 or 4 or 5 months, nothing. I mean, it would be like a novel. What do you think? And the whole idea is every person adds at least one sentence. 2 is fine. Don't write a book, but everybody just adds a sentence to whatever, and it can be goofy. It don't have, there's no storyline. It's just whatever you want to throw in there. It don't even really have to make sense. That's the beauty of it. But you can do, whatever to get the story going. I mean, But usually it's just one. We've just been doing one sentence. Yeah, we've just been doing a sentence. Because the more you get in there, the more more sentences you're gonna have. So, what do you think? What do you think? I hear the thinking bells. The thinking caps are exploding right now. Guys, I'd show you the moon, but it's right behind a tree. Literally, right behind a tree. We'll catch it when we've got about 30 more minutes, and it'll pop out from behind the tree. I'm being invaded. Better not be no ice down the back. Wait, my security bell. Oh, you turd! No, you're not. Absolutely no ice down the back, please. Please, please, please. Please. Ryan? No. Guys. Ow. Whoa. No. You are so dead. All right. That was ice down the back, guys. That was Marcy. Thank you, Marcy. Boy. Ow, that hurt. Ouch. Love you, Marcy. I know you were in on it. You just got told on. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Oh, I gotta make sure. Hang on, guys. Can't do it on that side. Gotta do it on this side. 62%. Yay. Yeah, boy. Whew. That actually felt good, but I don't do cold. I don't do ice very good. Hi, Razor. Come to say hi? Come to say hi? Yeah, hi. Tell him hi. Hi. So yeah, if you're just joining us, this is a live chat. I am running off of the chat. What you talk about is what I talk about. And we're watching a real campfire out in the middle of my front yard. Yeah, Kim, that actually Rosie coming up to give me some lovin's. Oh, Tammy, no. Oh, Kim. All right. So Kim hasn't seen, with that remark, Kim has not seen. There's Rosers. Look out, baby. Trying to get the light. There you go. See? The chicken. So, yeah, I gotta keep him quiet because it is kind of late and people are probably trying to sleep because it is what, 11 something. Yeah, it's 11:30 at night. So, yeah, we like to have fun. They're going to have this chicken. I think they're hilarious. Now, so, oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm not playing with that thing no more. That gets me into trouble. Yes, Kim, I am. Yeah, I've been accused of that before. You know, people say the darndest things, and I say, yeah, I resemble that remark. So, Kim, I resemble that remark. Just so you know, I resemble that remark. I am that guy. Show enough. All right, I'm gonna go play with the fire. Be right back. Ooh. Hey, we got a helicopter coming up behind us. You probably hear it. right over our head. See what that does. See what that does. Probably just put it out. Oh, it was yeah, it was a mid-flight, yeah. I kind of figured that's about the only helicopters we ever have around here, unless there's really something major going on, and I haven't seen anything out there, but yeah. It's very quiet tonight, other than the crickets. That's all there is, man. I mean, there's not a breeze blowing. Nothing. It has cooled down, though. Has cooled it down. Trying to see where. So it is actually 78 degrees. Oh, that's nice, D-Man. Yeah, I get on it. I was watching the other night. The other day, I jumped on. I wanted to see where the C-130s were flying, and because it gives their line, you know, wherever they come from, their destination, whatever. And they were doing huge circles all out over Arkansas. It was kind of cool. But yeah, it's an addictive little app. I mean, you can spend hours on it, messing with it, looking around. But yeah, I wouldn't mind doing a paranormal. I'm not, I don't know nothing about it. More? No, that's Miss Tammy coming out. I wouldn't mind doing like a daytime tour of some of these places, because we've been in hot springs and kind of drove around and there's a bunch out there. Sorry.
Sparky wants his baby.
No, honey, it's quiet time.
I don't know how.
I know. Oh well. I don't know. Just because it's so quiet out here. Look at there. It's nice out here. No.
I'm going to bed.
Oh. Tammy's going to bed. That's fine. I'll be out here for a while.
I know.
So, what's happening?
Nothing.
Thank you for the ice cubes, by the way.
It wasn't me.
I fought him.
It was Marcy.
I lost that fight, guys. I didn't get him down the bag. They're so cool.
It was Marcy.
Uh-huh.
She said ice.
X-rated chat. This isn't X-rated. What's X-rated? Oh, dang. Ice Cube. Wonder why my butt was wet. Wow. What's up? What's that?
Roper's out here.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
He's around somewhere. Roses. And there's Roper.
Roper just came out with me.
There's the Roper. And then Rose is passed out. I think that's all.
She's right there.
Yeah. I'm sure all the other dogs are in there.
Yeah, if I would have got from the thing out with dumb butt out here, we wouldn't have it.
Oh yeah, go ahead, D-Man. Let's hear it. I swear that thing's dying. That thing's dying. It sounds dead. It's a dying chicken. It's sad. It's sad. Very sad. I'm surprised my cat ain't getting in my lap. I don't even know where he's at. He's out somewhere. Usually my cat comes and visits me. Yeah, what you got, D-Man? Share it. Spill the beans. Spill the beans. Spill it. Spill it. I'll have to take a picture and add it to the emojis on the channel for members. A lot of them will go, what in the world's that? Oh my goodness, you guys are too much. Too much. It doesn't show what I wanted to see. My cat needs me? Well, my cat needs to be outside. If he was outside, he'd be in my lap. So D-Man, tell me what happened. It was so odd with flat radar. I want to hear it. 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 Oh, yeah. Actually, I want to read it. I want to read it. Oh, yeah. Everybody fell asleep except for me. I'm not tired. Wasn't tired either. I bet he don't do that again. I'm waiting for this moon actually to get past this set of trees. We'll go moon watching. While D-Man's typing his novel, let me ask you, those all 8 of you in the chat, who, if we were to get this thing figured out, where I could have a guest on the channel during a fireside chat, who, within reason, who would you like for me to try to get on here? It wouldn't, I mean, it would be just willing to jump on and say, hey, have us a good time, and we talk back and forth and talk chat and stuff like that. Who would you like to have on here? Those are questions I have. Because I see this, I actually see this fireside chat going in that direction. We talk about weather. It could be anybody, anything. Anybody. Dr. Phil. I don't know how to get a hold of Dr. Phil. I'm sure he wouldn't mind. Gotta be within reason though. I know absolutely nobody. I know a bunch of forecasters that would love to be on here. I'm sure if I ask them, kind of up and comers. I know a couple of chasers that more than likely would help out. But anything, paranormal, the only one I know of is PA Storm Tracers. They have a paranormal channel. They might get on and probably could share some stories, what have you. I mean, who would you like to get on here? And I mean, that's something to ponder for maybe next fireside chat. We'll dive into it a little more. I'm gonna research it out tomorrow, see what I can do, see how to actually get it on my stream and add them in. UFOs? That would be cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, Jaden. I would love. There are some chasers out there that I would definitely. Jaden. I would attempt. I would contact him. I mean, I can contact anybody. I mean, all they can say is no, don't have time. I mean, there's some out there I wouldn't even think about just because they're so busy. Yeah, UFOs. Maybe get some food people in chat. Talk about food. You tell me who you would, what genres would you want to go into? I mean, we could go and get some country music singers in here, rock and roll singers. I don't know. I'm just pitching ideas, thinking it over. Because what I would do at that point, once that got rolling, I would actually run it over on my other stream, on my other channel, and separate the two. This would be straight up, chasing. Other stream, I would convert it over to fireside chat. Keep it separated out. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss it. We'll keep this. We'll keep talking about it. But I'm kind of curious as to how to do it. I know I can share the stream. I have to do it off my computer, but I can actually share the stream if they're YouTube related. I think. But I don't know how to set all that up. I don't know if it's through Google Meet. I don't know. But ding dong. Uh-oh. Hang on, I gotta read this. Wow. Hang on, guys, I'm reading something D-Man just sent me. Yeah, okay, D-Man, I just read it. I won't share it. That's funny. There's more to it than that, I am sure of it. Especially if they were flying around. Yeah, Rich, that's kind of what I was thinking. Good night, Leslie. Thanks for joining us tonight. I know it's late for a lot of folks. We'll get the night owls in here eventually. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for your support. Yeah, that's kind of what I, get some fun folks. The problem that I have, and I'm trying to figure out how to do it on OBS, because I know Streamlabs, I can only have one on Streamlabs. OBS might be a totally different deal, because I could have multiple through Streamlabs. However, I have to have a subscription, and I'm just not got the money for that. Yeah, Tammy's seen a lot of ghosts. I've seen ghosts. I've been around ghosts. I've had their presence around me a time or two. So that's kind of what I'm looking at, is so I can run it through OBS. I'm not sure if Stream Elements has something like that. Yeah, no, I'm not nowhere near big enough at all. That's what I say, is I got to keep it free. So I'm stuck to one right now. If I do Streamlabs, I can do one. I think it would be great, like, get a truck driver on there. Talk about some of the stories. Just something, just random out there. Just, hey, we're gonna be talking about, whatever. Just let it go, Oh yeah, there was a tornado warning, by the way. Ew. Yeah, that is weird, D-Man. Man, hard to tell. Usually if there's a helicopter involved, they would send drones up if they were on the ground, usually. But yeah, that's crazy. That is craziness. Anyways, back to there was a tornado warning. Let me get to it, because I gotta read it. Come on. See, if I was on my computer inside, I'd be able to show it to you. Guthrie, Iowa. National Weather Service in Des Moines has issued a tornado warning for southeastern Guthrie County in west central Iowa. until 12:15 a.m. Central Daylight Time. At 11:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Casey, or 7 miles south of Guthrie Center, moving east at 35 miles per hour. Hazard, tornado, this is radar indicated location. And we all know the impacts and all of that. I'm not going to get into that. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include Menlo and Casey. Take cover now. Move to a basement interior room, the lowest floor of a sturdy building, avoiding windows. If you are outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flood debris. There you go. We've got tornadoes. Nocturnal. We're doing the nocturnal thing. And this is good until 12:15 a.m. Let me see where that is. How far away from that am I from that? I'm looking it up on the radar right now as we speak. And afterward looking. What? Oh, come on. Oh, yeah. Trying to find the darn radar. Yeah. There's a little bit out there. Yeah. One of them darn QLCS things. Looks like. Oh, yeah. Really, I'm not seeing any inflow to it. Little spinner. Yeah, it's a little line. Little line. Without anything's going to come of it. What do we got down here in Arkansas? Missouri. Arkansas. Absolutely nothing. Yeah. All right. Back to Chad. You guys are what's keeping me going, so. Cha-cha-cha-cha. Yeah, truck drivers, yeah, they do got a potty mouth. I do agree with you there. Yeah, D-Man. It looks funny to me. I can't imagine them, unless they're, well, they could be clearing airspace as well. I don't know. Yeah, Rich, definitely would, I would definitely hold off. If you're in that area. Yeah, I do. I do see it, D-Man. I just, the only way you could ever find out would be you would literally probably have to go to the sheriff's department and say, hey, what was going on that day? What really happened? They may or may not tell you, and I doubt they're going to tell you. You may never know the rest of the story. I doubt you ever will. All right, it got really quiet in here. We've been here 3.5 hours. What's happening? Everybody fall asleep? Probably so. If you're on the East Coast, I don't blame you for going to bed one bit. I really don't. Awfully quiet. Oh no, D-Man, you're good. You're fine. That's what I'm here for, man. Contact me in private on the chat. I don't care. But yeah, it don't bother me at all. It don't bother me at all. I'm just rambling right now. I ain't got nothing. I'm out. Marcy is officially in bed. She has gone to bed. Tammy has gone to bed. She's got to get up early in the morning and go to work. I don't have to be at work, but I got this couple of logs I just put on. So yeah. Yep. Yeah. I'm scouring the yard to see if I see any ghosts running around. No, but I sure smell something dead. Oh, man, and I don't know which direction it's coming from. Man. Oof, that is a nasty. It smells like fly trap stuff. Makes you want to gag. I get it every now and then. It's like, whoa, gnarly. And that just couldn't have. Got to be somewhere not near here, but it's just the smell is drifting through. 101, is that all? 71 in the house? Well, you should be cool, Marcy. You should be cool. Yep. Yeah, it's 78 here. It's actually not bad right now. I mean, this is perfect working weather. If it were daylight, I'd be out probably mowing my yard and burning a bunch of this brush or limbs that I got. I'll be doing that tomorrow, though. Oh, we got a moon shot. I'm gonna moon you guys. There you go. The moon. You can look at the moon. Stare at the moon for a minute. I can't zoom in. It really won't do anything. Yeah, I don't have a nice camera I'd zoom in for you. This phone, absolutely. Let me see. Oops, sorry. See what it's gonna do. See, it gets so grainy. You're just not gonna see it. You're better off right there. That's me playing with the camera. Whoop. Enough of that. Back to the fire. God, look at how red that fire is, man. Yep, I just mooned everybody. You have been officially mooned by me in Arkansas. You have been mooned. You have been mooned. Yep. Alrighty, guys. I don't know. Are we about done? I don't know. You tell me. You want me to keep going? Go for a little bit more? It's up to you guys. This is your chat. For now. What do you want me to do? You want to go? You want to continue on? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here we go. There you go. What is going on? Hang on, guys. Another tornado alert popping in. Yeah, I got a good fire. I got 2 logs on there. I'll let it go if I decide to turn it off. Shut things down. I have no problem. Alright. That's the same one. That's another one. No, I think that's the same one that expires in 11 minutes. Yeah, it's headed for Menlo right now. It's the same one. They just updated it. That's all it is. Still there though. Ooh. Hey now. This thing's looking kind of interesting. Very interesting. Not seeing any debris ball anywhere. There's some stuff flying around, so it might be on the ground. You would think it's only radar indicators, but I doubt it is. It's got some really strong stuff. See? Even then, even on radar, I don't see how they're... Put it this way, their radar is not cooperating very well for them at any point in time. If we're too close to the radar, maybe? Find another radar. Oh yeah, we're way too close to that radar. Give me a radar. So if you're wondering where this tornado warning is, it's almost due east of Omaha, Nebraska. Yeah, now that looks suspicious right there. Oh yeah, there it is. Sometimes you gotta find another radar if you get too close to them. See what the velocity is pretty decent on it actually. Yeah, I'm still not seeing any signatures, so it's not on the ground. What? Yeah, I've still got chat up. I'm actually looking at after that tornado warning storm. It's pretty healthy. Alright, it's a healthy storm. Got 1 inch hail in it. Pretty good echotops. Here I saw 59, 61 dBZs. Yeah. Ooh, extreme heat in the Grand Canyon. Yeah, that would not be a good place to be. but that storm is packing 65 dBz. Oh yeah, it's right. See what the winds are. Shoot. All right, so guys, if you live near Panora, you're looking at 76-mile-an-hour winds headed, looks like your direction. I mean, that 76 is the highest I'm seeing so far. It's got to be around that circulation. Well, I tell you, I'm not much on the radar. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I like to watch some of those every now and then. Hey, have you guys been watching the Kilauea volcano still erupting? That's pretty. I get on some of those channels and just kind of watch it, and it's like, yeah, it's a volcano. It ain't really doing much. And also, they had a quake swarm underneath Mount Rainier. Jim, have you heard anything about that? Would you like to report in on the earthquake, the tremor swarm that's been going on at Mount Rainier? Fill us in if you would, if you're still with us. Jim may not be here with us, I don't know. He may have went to bed. That's a very interesting storm, but I'm not. Oh, and did they just cancel that? They sure did. They just canceled the tornado warning. I didn't think I saw a whole lot, but I would still be on the lookout. Dexter, you're about to get some hail, 1-inch hail coming your way. They got the crosswinds. Adele, you need to be paying attention. All right, guys. I don't know about you. Yeah, there's, as far as I know, I literally am the only one that does a chat like this, which makes it really kind of unique in that kind of carving out my own niche on YouTube. It's kind of just coming up, and I don't even remember how this evolved. I think it was because I wasn't chasing a whole lot, and I wanted to keep the channel alive and not die off the vine, which it's pretty much died off the vine. I don't get that many viewers like I really hope. And Fireside Chat really is not taking off. And I understand why. A lot of it's because you got to have a computer, and I'm outside live and I'm talking to a camera looking at chat. I may actually, I don't know, I haven't decided. Maybe I'll just start going inside. I thought about bringing my computer out here. I'm not sure my Wi-Fi will reach that far. It might, but I have to have Wi-Fi on that. But I don't know, looking at some other options. The thing with doing my laptop is you'd be able to see me, but I'd have to have a secondary camera, and I can do it. I mean, I've got my camcorder that I actually want to use for streaming. As soon as I can figure out how to do it, but I have to have my laptop at that point. So, anyways, guys, I'll probably give this give this show about 15 more minutes, I think, and then we're probably going to call it a night. Not that many of us in here. Just got a bunch of moderators. Anemometer, I have. I haven't had the money to go out and just buy one. If I get a good handheld is roughly about $150, or a good one, a reliable one. You can pick up a handheld. God, I can't even say the word. I know what you're talking about, but a cheap one should run you right around $50. I just ain't had the money. That stuff is, but once you get it, you got it. Oh yeah, Rich, I can imagine you got enough stuff on the truck. Although it would be cool, would be very cool. You put it on short. Hey, yeah, we got 25 likes. Thank you, everybody. Smashing that like button. That's about standard, about normal. Hang on just a second. But yes, I have been looking at them. I always look at them. I'm always looking at the tools that would be great. In the future, I probably will have one in the very near future, possibly. Oh, come on. Oh, Patrick's still alive. Oh, hey. All right. Patrick is in a storm. Not quite sure where he's at. He's been having issues with his stream lately, so he's bare bones, and that looks like. Oh, he's in a good lightning storm. See, if I was on my computer, I'd pop his stream up, because he's the only one out there chasing right now. He's the only one doing anything. I'm going to jump in his stream and say, hey. He's doing pretty good for himself. Alright, hang on guys, I'm gonna, so I can hear him. You guys want to listen to Patrick?
Justin, I'm on a tornado warning storm right now. Justin, can you do me a favor and people ask me about their area in the chat. Can you field some of those questions? I'm driving around with a tornado in the dark, and some of us folks are asking questions about their specific area to be ready to stand. I got a circulation issue, and I got to keep eyes on it, and also eyes on the chat.
Alright guys, I got a mission. Okay, so he's on that tornado warning storm, guys. Man, wished I could jump in. Wished I could jump in on my computer. Let's see.
I think your map just expired.
They did. It's expired. Hang on, guys. I'm doing double duty here, so I may have to get off the stream so I can help Patrick out. Patrick's was on that tornado warning storm in Iowa, and he asked me to help out answer some questions.
It looks like currently the tornado expired. It doesn't look like they've extended it. It definitely looks like it's headed in your direction. You should receive over aware. At least from my perspective here, it's not good intensity, but there's a large patch of cable in one area, so it's certainly possible that this first could rectify.
Hang on, guys. I'm having to type, and I'm not in chat. I can still see chat, but I'm trying to help him out real quick because he's got a guy that's in a trailer right now, and in that tornado warning storm, there's a crap ton of lightning. If you want to go watch it, I wouldn't blame you.
But it does look like the
Go watch his. He's incredible lightning.
the storm definitely seems to be losing some intensity as well. I'm checking on the area of rotation again.
All right, guys. God, I knew it. I need to be on my computer because I could pop his stream up so you guys can see it. Oh my gosh, he's got lightning. I mean, it's like strobing.
Area of fog rotation up there on the north end of this. Looks like this is starting to form out a low echo and it's looking like a appreciate it. Looks like we're starting to get sort of a very classic bookend vortex on this storm.
Yeah.
Starting to form out to a kind of a low echo.
Yeah.
You guys can see that bookend vortex, very classic bookend vortex up the top there. It's very fog rotation right now.
It's very, very broad. All right, guys. Give it about 10 more minutes. I'm gonna have to help Patrick here field questions. He's asked me to do so. It is severe one.
Everybody, if you get dummies in the for it, like, greatly appreciate it.
All right, guys. I'm gonna have to call the stream. Just so I can go help him, because that's what we do. That's what we do. All right, guys. I'm gonna call the stream. All right, guys. Hang tight. Just a second. I got to get back over to my stream. And it's not cooperating. Oh my lord. Seriously?
No worries. Thanks, Justin.
Really? My phone is freaking out. Something just told me to get over to his stream for a reason I do not know. Alright. Hang on, guys. Bear with me. Just a second. I've got like too many things open. Too many things going. I want to check chat out real quick. Alright. Yeah, Kim, I'm going to be over on Patrick's channel. I just jumped over there to see what he was into because I saw he was live, and he's not usually live this late at night. He was on a tornado warning storm. If you want to go and watch, actually, I can maybe. I don't know how. I can't redirect. I would redirect. I don't know how to redirect it. There ain't enough of us in here to redirect, so Only I only see 6 of us. Yeah, no, it's not going to do it for my phone. Yeah, it's very concerning. He had a person in his chat that was really worried about things. So, and he actually asked me to field some questions. So, hang on just a second. I gotta go back to his channel. Gotta get out of chat. Get out of chat. Get out of chat. Get back over to him. Go back to mine. Get over to me. Back and forth we go. All right, I'm gonna post his channel in the chat if you want to go show him some love. That's his stream right now. Hey Sonia, once you get in there, let him know that I sent you over, all 6 of you. I'm going to end the stream so I can jump in on my laptop. He has actually asked me to help because he can't do everything, and he doesn't have any moderators in there, and I'm actually a moderator for him. So if you would, just tell him tell him Wind Dancer Media raid. I can't raid. Maybe I can. Hang on, guys. I gotta get all this stuff in. So bear with me. I'm going to clean up my stuff. It's going to be real quiet. You're going to listen to the crickets. And I will be right back. I got to get my stuff in the house, what I need, real quick. I'll be right back, guys. back. All right, guys, I want to say thank you to whoever's left. Thank you to my moderators for showing up. Thank you to everybody that showed up and participated in tonight. It was a great night. We had a great time. Appreciate you all. We all jumped over to Patrick's stream. You will see it in the chat. He is chasing right now a tornado-warned storm. You guys, I got to jump off of here because he actually asked me to help him out, and as a chaser I will do so. You guys, wow, I only see one person in there. Alrighty, thanks Sonia, appreciate it. Julie, no problem. You guys be good, be safe, and I will see you on the next Fireside chat.